Alright, yeah, and welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and today we're going to be playing a deck that almost made it into an extra mana burn video, but honestly is slightly better than most mana burn decks end up being. Today we're going to be playing around with a 4-color, yes, 4-color Storm deck built around the card Song of Creation. So Song of Creation is a 4-mana enchantment in Temur colors. It says you may play an additional land on each of your turns, and when you cast a spell, you draw 2 cards. The downside is that at the beginning of your end step, you have to discard your hand. So we're really going to be building around this card specifically for the draw 2 cards effect on here. And we're going to be hopefully going infinite with extra mana as well. It's near infinite. Obviously, we have to stop eventually when our deck is empty. But, you know, when the deck is empty, we win. So it's kind of like, you know, is essentially infinite. So the way that we're going to produce infinite mana is going to be through the combination of both Faber Elder or Incubation Druid. So Incubation Druid being a 2-mana 0/2, which can tap for 3 mana if it's been adapted. So if it's got a +1/+1 counter on it, it's going to tap for 3. And there's a few ways we can do that. One of the ways is by adapting. The other way is by using Stony Strength, which puts a counter on a creature you control. So we also have Faber Elder as well, which actually taps for depending on the colors of permanents on the battlefield. So Faber Elder on its own will tap for 2 mana, but if Song of Creation is in play, then it has a blue and a red pip on the battlefield, which means this thing will tap for 4 mana each turn. So how do we actually go infinite mana with these 2 cards? Well, we have a lot of untapped spells, so Claim the Firstborn, Stony Strength as we mentioned, and Sudden Spinnerets. This deck is going to play a lot like the Marwyn Storm deck that we've played twice, I think, on the channel. One during like the Armenket days, and then one more recently in Historic. I say more recently, I think it was like 2 sets ago that we played it, but this is essentially a mixture between like the Gauntlets of Light combo, which is all about untapping and tapping using Gauntlets of Light. We're not going to be using that one in this one. We're just going to be using Faber Elder to do that. But that's one way that you can do it to produce infinite mana. We're going to go with the more Marwyn Stormy kind of thing as well, though. So we're going to be tapping things for 3 or 4, and we're going to be spending one of that 3 or 4 in order to untap and float another 3 or 4 mana. We also have Corridor Monitor in here as well, which is really useful as a blue pip. Can be used to make Faber Elder tap for more mana, for example. But it's also just another untap effect. So we can put it in this little pile here. The rest of the deck is all about finding the combo and ramping into certain stuff. So we got Bond of Flourishing, which finds both of our combo pieces, as well as land drops as well, which to a certain extent is also a combo piece in itself. Since Incubation Druid can only tap for the colors of mana of lands that we could produce, so we have to have red mana in play for Incubation Druid to produce red mana, for example. So Bond of Flourishing allows us to go for a land, a Faber Elder, or a Song of Creation, so it's a really good tutor piece for that. I say tutor. It goes 3 cards deep. It also gains us 3 life as well, which can buy us some very crucial time against aggro decks. We have Growth Spiral as well, which can draw a card and put a land into play, so this could be a 1-mana spell, similar to our untap effects, and it's going to be drawing us 2 cards when we do that as well. Extra lands in play is very useful. We do get to make additional land drops with Song of Creation, but having extras in play to maybe have that untap on a crucial turn where maybe we've whiffed slightly, and we need that little bit of extra untapped mana to play either a Spinnerets, a Claim the Firstborn, or a Corridor Monitor. That untapped land could be the difference between life and death for us. And then finally, we're going to be winning with Thassa's Oracle, a 2-mana 1/3. When it enters the battlefield, you look at the top X cards of your library, where X is your devotion to blue. If your devotion is greater than the number of cards in your library, you win the game. So I'm sure most of you know what this one does. Essentially, we're going to be milling ourselves, playing an Oracle, and winning. So yeah, infinite mana will lead us to drawing all of our deck. Oracle in our hand comes down when we've got next to no cards in our deck, and then we win the game. We have 1 copy of Underworld Breach as well, because this is another way that if our opponent has stolen our Thassa's Oracles, that we can win the game that way as well. So Underworld Breach allows us to cast non-lands in our graveyard with an escape cost of 3, so we exile 3 cards to cast that spell. and then we're going to be drawing cards off of them. It means that we can get 2 uses out of our taps, essentially, so it's very useful for that as well. It can also use it to cast Song of Creation, so if our opponent destroys it, we can get it back that way, as well as our Faber Elders. Essentially, our entire combo can come back with an Underworld Breach. So, yeah. I'm having 2 Oracles in this deck specifically because sometimes you can have situations where you might be forced to play this card. It's less than ideal, but having a second one is very useful there. Also, if it gets exiled early on in the game, then we're not going to be able to breach it back or anything like that. So a spare one so that we can win the game is definitely very, very useful. So, yeah. Other than that, the mana base, 23 lands, lots of basics. We're going a little bit less on the shocks because we're going to be very early game. Honestly, if I could have checks in the deck, I would probably have them over these shock lands. But then we also have 7 triomes, specifically because they produce red. And also we can cycle them to keep our combo going. So if we do hit a big, huge pocket of lands with Song of Creation, then at the very least we can actually cycle these away to potentially draw another untap effect off the top. Something like that. But yeah, the more red mana we can have and the more diverse mana, the better it is for Incubation Druid and the better it is for our combo. So without further ado, if you do enjoy the content, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, all that jazz, and let's get on with it, shall we? This video is brought to you by the generous support of our wonderful patrons and channel members that you see here. If you'd like to support the channel and get access to cool content like sneak peeks, bonus videos, polls on future content, or access to a personal deck critique from myself every month, then hit the join button down below, or check out the Patreon link in the description. With all that said, let's get into the gameplay. Okay, we're in, and I quite like this hand. It's got some ramp and Bond of Flourishing to find our song. The only thing it's really lacking is red mana to cast said Song of Creation, but other than that, I'm quite happy with this one. We'll lead off with Hallowed Fountain since we'll go Forest for Incubation Druids, and looks like we're up against a Pridemate deck. We got Song of Creation, so that's real good. Now we just need to find that red mana. Remember, Incubation Druid only produces mana that your lands could produce. So I'm going to need to find like a Triome or something like that in order to cast Song. Well, it's just rubbing it in now, isn't it? So Incubation Druid can cast Faber Elder. And then Faber Elder can be the infinite mana source that we need. Corridor Monitor untapping it. Oof. Alright, Fire Prophecy. It's actually not Pridemates. Some sort of weird Boros aggro deck. Not really sure, but they're out of cards, so let's just do Faber Elder, and hopefully they don't top deck another burn spell. That would really suck. Lava Brink Venturer. Okay, so the clock is on. They're naming odd, so I can't block with my Faber Elder, and I'm taking 3. But I am gaining 3 with Bond of Flourishing, so it's not the end of the world. Alright, Sudden Spinnerets. So let's go Bond of Flourishing. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so I can produce 2 4 mana. So if I went tap, untap with the green, would this leave me with enough mana? I think I might as well just safely go for it next turn, rather than try go off in this current situation. Your go. Is it? I didn't know. I was unaware. Alright, Bond of Flourishing. Yes, just grab a Triome instead. Alright, and then pass the turn. We're going to go for Song of Creation next turn. So now we can cast Song of Creation using our mana. Save the Faber Elder. It now has reach, so they can't get in with their Healer's Hawks. I didn't really want to spend it there, but they didn't really give me a choice either, so it would be so easy, chat. It would be so easy. Yeah, just get in for 4. And that makes you as good as dead. It's your go. Look at them taking their time. How dare they do such a thing? Alright, pass. Pass. And I think we win. Alright, so. Song of Creation makes our Faber Elder a 4-mana spell. So we can do Corridor Monitor to untap Faber Elder and draw 2 cards, leaving the 2 colors here that primarily untap our Faber Elder. But it's okay if it doesn't, because I think double Song of Creation should mean any top deck will win as the game. But yeah, they've had enough, I guess. They were very, very patient with me right there. But yeah, we just do Incubation Druid, leave 4 mana open, draw 2 cards. Should draw an untap, and if we draw an untap, we win there. We can do double Song of Creation at that point. It could actually be correct to do Song of Creation first. Draw 2 cards off of that. It leaves us with red and green, which gives us Claim the Firstborn and Spinnerets and Stony Strength as possible outs there. And if we don't get it, we can just play our lands and then pass the turn, essentially, and then any non-land will win us the game, because we'll draw 4 cards, and no doubt those 4 cards will lead us to victory, so yeah, good stuff. They weren't going to win next turn either, so sweet. Alrighty then, we're in, and I think this hand's okay. We've not got our Song of Creation, or even our Faber Elder, which is the easier mana dork to do anything with, but Incubation Druid plus Stony Strength is a lot of mana, and the land base that we currently have is great, and Bond of Flourishing can find our Song of Creation, so I think this is a pretty good hand, all things considered. So I'm going to lead off with the Triome. It's off colour, so I am going to have to shock for a Temple Garden, but that should hopefully be quite fine. That's the Triome I wish I had. Alright, so we're going to play Incubation Druid. Next turn, if we want, we can Stony Strength it and put a counter on it, which gives us lots and lots and lots of mana. I'm almost tempted, though, considering they've got Stomp mana open, to maybe just go with a Bond of Flourishing instead and try and dig for something different. There's Song of Creation. Okay, so if I got tap lands, I'm wondering if I win next turn. I'm wondering if I win. Well, let's pass the turn. End step, we're going to Stony Strength and put the counter on it. Glinthorn Buccaneer, I see we're memeing. Alright, while they have no mana, I'm going to make this a 3 toughness creature, just in case they have a shock. That way Incubation Druid can't die now. Okay, so I believe I should be able to do this. I need green open, so let's have blue, red, green. Song of Creation. We're then going to use Sudden Spinnerets to untap the Incubation Druid. Whiff to a certain extent. Alright, well then let's add blue Corridor Monitor. Draw 2 cards, leaving blue open. We've still got green. Ugh, we whiffed. Untap that. Let's do Bond of Flourishing. This allows me to go dig for Corridor Monitor, or just whiff. Okay. Well then. Let's do Hallowed Fountain untapped. Growth Spiral. Should be floating some green, so if we find an untapped spell... Oh my god. That is unbelievable. Triome. Let's do Steam Vents untapped, which allows me to do Growth Spiral with 1 green untapped. Come on, please. Please. Planes. Yeah, we have whiffed, unfortunately, but we've kind of built up a board nonetheless. Let's just do Incubation Druid. Bond of Flourishing's only just gonna get... Oh, god damn it. That's exactly what we were digging for. The very last card. Wow. Okay. So, less than ideal, for sure. But if we do get another untapped spell, we could be able to go off anyway. Pretty much anything in our deck should allow us to go off again. So it's a matter of seeing if they can actually kill us here. Yeah, we very much had the capability of winning there. Ha! It's another Song of Creation deck. Alright, well, let's see if we lose. They will be, like, discarding to hand size, so... Gonna mill me. Well, I didn't really want any of those other than Corridor Monitor. Add 1 mana. Draw 2. We're gonna play the Secret Keeper, then. Opt. Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming all they want to do is basically draw their entire deck and then discard with Buccaneer. It's a cool way to go about it. Come on, top decks. Alright, well, Faber Elder's not ideal, but we'll go with it. Okay. Tap red, untap. Well, now we can do Faber Elder. This actually taps for a little bit more mana. Oh, come on! What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, deck? Alright, fine. Adapt. God damn it. Play land. Yeah, pass the turn. Discard the lands. I've never had it whiff this badly before, but... You know, it's the first time for everything. Rancor Slayer, what can you do? We've got 2 near infinite mana sources. We just need a way of actually drawing our entire deck. 25 cards as well. So, short of, I think, Thassa's Oracle being the only card we can't really... Oh, God. We can't really have in our graveyard. Everything else is perfectly castable. Now we need to find Underworld Breach so we can cast Thassa's Oracle. Opponent's just going for it with the 0 drops. They need to discard 13 cards in order to have the win here. Please do not hit Underworld Breach. Oh, thank Christ. Those were all really good cards, though. Actually, if those 4 cards were on top, I think that was an infinite combo for us. We might just be dead, though. They have only 1 red mana, though, so I'm not sure what they can do here. And they've got 12 cards in their hand, so it's not a good enough discard. But all we have to do is hit a land and game's over. Oh, they did have more mana. Okay, so they're going to keep going. Free Seasonal Ritual. Free Seasonal Ritual. Yeah, I think we're just dead now. Well, I don't think... Oh. Was that 13? Exactly 13. I don't think their deck was necessarily better than ours. I think we just completely hit the wrong cards at exactly the wrong time. So, yeah. Other than that, though, the deck functioned. Except for just drawing what it didn't want to be drawing. Next game. Okay, we're in, and we do have Incubation Druid adapted with the Stony Strength, Bond of Flourishing to find Song, and honestly decent mana, so I think I'm going to keep this one. Our opponent is playing an Obosh deck, which makes me a little bit worried we're not going to have the time to win, but I'm pretty sure we lose by them just hitting the Incubation Druid with a Stomp or something like that. And if they've got that, so be it. We'll just see if we can win without that worry. Opponent mulls. Temple of Malice. Well, it's not an aggro deck per se. Alright, so I would like Temur colors. So we're going to lead off with the Ketra Triome. We do have the Rogrin Triome, primarily as an extra cycler, but also as a dual land as well. Or tri-land, technically. Alright, so Serrated Scorpion. So I'm going to... I think I might play the Triome again. Next turn it means I can Incubation Druid plus Stony Strength. I might be able to protect my 0-2 from 2 damage burn spells. But Obosh is coming in strong, so we do have to find our Song of Creation really quickly here. Take 2. So now we're going to play Incubation Druid with Stony Strength backup, also to give us extra mana next turn as well, because we might need that. Here's Obosh. So all damage is doubled on their side, so we're taking 8. I'm going to have to take it, though. And I have to win here. It's definitely possible, but improbable. Alright, so add green... Bond of Flourishing. Yeah, we lose. Okay, next game. Alrighty then, we're in, and I think I like this hand. We've got turn 1 Triome into an untapped land for Bond of Flourishing. We need to find either Faber Elder or Incubation Druid. And from there, we should be able to Song of Creation for the win. We can also go with Growth Spiral as well if we want to delay, put some more lands into play. Definitely could be the line that we want to take there. So yeah, let's just lead off with our Temur Triland. They've got Pelt Collector, so this is going to be a pretty fast game, you're telling me. Alright, well, if that's the case... that is the case, let's do Bond of Flourishing. Oof. Alright, just take a Triome then. Already got the untapped land, so let's take this one for cycling, should we need it. Paradise Druid, pumps the Pelt Collector. Oof. The oof is strong with this one. Alright, where's my mana dorks? Could really use them. So we could play Song of Creation next turn. I don't believe that's the correct thing to do, though. Mothra's Great Cocoon. That is a first for seeing that one. Alright, so my Great Horn gets some massive pumpage. It doesn't actually pump the Pelt Collector, because the Great Horn never entered the battlefield. As part of the mutate cost. So I think I'm just going to play a Corridor Monitor to block. Feels real bad, man, but... it's basically the only thing I can do to stop hemorrhaging my life. Stops a Druid from getting in, and we can block the Pelt Collector. Another Great Horn. This one's being cast. Okay, so that pumps the Pelt Collector. Getting in with everything, except for the Paradise Druid. Good, that's what I wanted to see. Can't kill Pelt Collector. But we want to save our life total as much as possible. Another Great Cocoon. So we're essentially out of cards at this point. There's Incubation Druid. Okay. So, gotta go Druid. And pass the turn. Can we win next turn? We're blocking a fair bit of damage. I've got several untaps for the Druid. So I'm just going to block here for the life total. They cannot interact with my Druid or I lose. Another incubation druid. So... Oh, do I not have... I do have the double green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Adapt incubation druid. Can we do this? It's going to use a lot of my resources, isn't it? I can do blue, monitor, untap the druid for a blocker. If I did red, I could untap. I think I'm just going to leave myself with no resources if I do what I'm thinking of doing. Let's do incubation druid here. We can untap, leaves 1 mana, it's 4 mana total. Yeah, I think we pass with this current board state in mind. I could adapt the other incubation druid, but then I just have Song of Creation. I'd rather have the extra cards. The Great Henge is not a good top deck for them. 3, 7, 10. Alright, so block here. 6. Yeah, okay. Alright, can we win? So we go Song of Creation. I think we might have it. I really hope the hammering stops. Sorry if you hear any hammering, guys. They're doing some renovations that I cannot really prevent. So, draw 2. I'll try cut out the hammering and the drilling if it occurs. Alright. Let's play red. Draw 2. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Okay. White mana, Fey, Burrow, Elder. I don't like how it's tapping, but I don't have time to make sure it taps right, unfortunately. Blue, Corridor Monitor, draw 2. Thank you, opponent. Okay, we're running out of untaps. We do have a board of blockers, though, so there is that. Let's do Growth Spiral, put a land into play. Another Song of Creation. Okay. Song of Creation would leave me with extra land drop. I think this is what we do. We've got the extra green here so we can do some untaps. If we get something like Stony Strength, now I think we win. Now I'm pretty sure we win. Okay, so Stony Strength, untap Incubation Druid, draw 4. Yeah, this game's over. Alright, untap. Let's go green mana. Got 28 cards. Untap Incubation Druid. If we get a Claim the Firstborn, we can do this on Faber Elder instead, which actually gets us better mana tapping. So we're going to tap this one for red. We're going to give Faber Elder haste. Draw 4. Druid taps for 3. Elder taps for 4. Which is why we want to shift and pivot ourselves over. So we give that haste. We got 20 cards, drawing 4 a turn. Let's untap the Faber Elder with red. Yeah, I mean, with another Stony in hand and drawing another one, I think this game's well and truly over. We don't want to be playing any more Song of Creations at this point, because it can just really make things awkward. So we're going to tap Faber Elder, draw 4. Yep. Tap. 12 cards. Stony Strength. Untap. There's Underworld Breach, makes it completely impossible to whiff. 8 cards. Let's do Corridor Monitor. Get that extra little bit of blue devotion for Thassa's Oracle. Not that it matters, because we have exactly enough. Untap Feyburrow. We're going down to 0 cards with a Thassa's Oracle in play, so even if they manage to get rid of all the blue pips on our board, we still win. Good game, opponent. Good game. Alright, look at the top card. Doesn't exist. We win. Whew! Very close. Very close indeed, but we managed it. Thank you, opponent, for sticking it out. Not many people do, so appreciate that. Alrighty then, we're in. We have all the untaps in the world. Stony Strength is the best for Incubation Druid, so we have lots of mana. The problem is we don't have Song of Creation. I think I can still keep this hand, though. We're up against an Umori deck, which means no non-creatures, pretty much. I'm gonna keep this one. We do have to deal with, like, Murderous Riders and things like that. And the Dirge Bat, I guess, to a certain extent. Oh boy. Oh, we could have this game real easy. Best top deck for us now is a land, I'm pretty sure. Or even a Feyburrow Elder, actually. Feyburrow Elder would be pretty good. So we got Stony Strength that allows us to untap the Incubation Druid and put a counter on it, which means it's adapted and will produce 3 mana. Which is why I think we've got this game pretty quickly. Okay, yeah, the only thing we're lacking is red mana. So, yeah, let's just do tap land and just hope to draw a red mana. So opponent played Baby Godzilla, which means we know for a fact this entire deck is all creatures because of Umori's companion restriction. This is probably a mutate deck. Could be good, could be bad. I am going to Stony Strength up the Incubation Druid now, just to be mana efficient. It might be very much a requirement. I'm looking for red mana, we found it. Okay, so I'm going to go Stomping Ground untapped, red, blue, green, Song of Creation. Song of Creation in play with the 1 mana left over. We're going to untap Incubation Druid. We're then going to start floating some mana. We got Sudden Spinnerets. There's Feyburrow Elder. Okay. We've got the island. Let's go white mana for Feyburrow Elder. That's going to produce more mana than Incubation Druid, and it's going to be a lot more varied in color as well. We'll do Corridor Monitor to untap the Incubation Druid for the red we need. So untap the Druid. Tap for red on Feyburrow Elder. Now we're producing 4 mana every tap and untap. We'll go Corridor Monitor. Draw 2. Untap the Elder. Let's see. Song of Creation. This is where it gets a little bit sketchy. Let's do Incubation Druid. We've still got land drops to make as well, for the record. So we just need an untapper out of these 4 cards. Come on now. Alright, well, Forest. I think we may have whiffed, chat. I need... actually, we should go for Growth Spiral. No, we can't do Growth Spiral. I need claim the firstborn, and I can't fetch it with a bond. Come on, you got this. Nope. Okay then. Corridor monitor. No, I've got no additional land drops. Oh, frig. All right. Goodbye, hand. I don't know if we tapped our mana wrong there. If we could have maybe played an extra spell, which would have mattered. Not entirely sure, but apparently there's a 12% chance that we could have found claim the firstborn. So there's a 35% chance that we lose. I mean, if they've got 2 mutates, there's a guaranteed chance that we lose. We got another mutate. That would be really unfortunate. That would be really unfortunate, wouldn't it? If you had exactly what you need to kill my combo. The game's not over. There are top decks we can have here, so we're gonna play it out. Underworld Breach allows me to get Song of Creation out of the graveyard. We have another Song of Creation. But I don't know if I'd just play that straight into the board, so we'd need a little bit more than that. Great Horn, sure. Get to kill my corridor monitors now. Yep. This is fine. This is still winnable. We even have Incubation Druid as a blocker, so it's not the end of the world. This way you continue. Okay, you keep going. Sure. Draw and discard. Got a Bioquart Space Godzilla in the graveyard. AKA Brokos. Apex of Forever. Alright. It goes out blue mana, so it has actually reduced the size of Faber or Elder, but Song of Creation takes it up to where it needs to be anyway, so it's potentially not the end of the world. Claim the firstborn. Okay. So we've got an 8% chance of winning. Off of every top deck. Chances keep increasing. Ugh. Alright, now my creatures are going to start dying. As long as I keep one of these around, preferably the Faber Elder, then it's not the end of the world. But I'm pretty sure they can just keep mutating because they've got the cost reduction. One whiff is all it takes. One whiff. Have they got another one? Faber Elder is my best card, even though it might not look it. Yep, so they get to kill again. Yeah, this game's just over unless I find exactly what I need off the top. Like my opponent. Oh, good. Yeah, they don't understand that Faber Elder's better. I like that. I mean, it's not as though they can't just kill it next turn. They've got Brokos, so I need to literally top deck for the win here. Oh. Please. Please. Draw 2 cards. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, chat. Oh, yes, chat. Come on, chat. Believe in me. No! Okay. It's fine. We've got a cycle. We have a cycle. Let's cycle. Okay. That's not a whiff. Draw 2. Oh, God. Mm-hmm. Oh, boy. One hit is all I needed. One hit is what I got. Do. 12 cards left. Let's keep going. Alright. Keep going. There's Thassa's Oracle, so that's our win con. Let's put in Breeding Pool. Let's have Stony Strength, untap Fabora Elder. Get rid of Corridor. Actually, Roger and Triumph, Growth Spiral. Yeah, draw 2. Oh, that is the sound of pure joy, chat. It's the sound of pure joy. Song of Creation, Song of Creation. Stomping Ground. We're down to 5 cards. Here we go. Untap Fabora Elder. Then we've got Thassa's Oracle, which is Devotion 5, but we draw 2. And we win! Yes! Oh, the tilt factor for our opponent must be so strong. If they'd have killed Fabora Elder, I might not have won that game, because I wouldn't have had such variable mana. But I'm in love with this deck. I'm sorry, opponent. You must be so upset. I have no words. I guess the only words are next game. Alrighty then, we're in. And it's so close to a keepable hand, but the lack of green really saddens me here with an all-green hand. Let's hit them all. Okay. Well, let's put Thassa's Oracle to the bottom, because we never want to be casting that card until the very end. We'll do Breeding Pool tapped, so we can Growth Spiral next turn and put Hallowed Fountain into play. So we need a Mana Dork, and we need red mana. Those are the requirements here. Lovestruck Beast. Alright, well, we got a Mana Dork. Do I actually go Incubation Druid here? It does open it up to my opponent killing it. If they're on, like, Gruul, they might want to Stomp. I think I'll go Growth Spiral first. Let's do Hallowed Fountain tapped. See if we can play 2 Incubation Druids next turn. That'd be pretty great. It's green-white. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Well, no red mana just yet, but we do get double Incubation Druid, so I will accept that. Taking a little bit of damage here just to ramp extra. So the Druids only produce red if we have a red land, so the best top deck for us at this point, I guess, is a Triome. Lovestruck Beast is down. They waste my time. Okay. Well, pass the turn. Let's just make our land drops. So I can pump in response to any damage. Should I want to? I'm going to be taking 5 damage here, essentially. And then we got, like, Super Mana. Super Mana is pretty good if we find 1 red land. What are the odds of that? 2% on a mountain, 4% on a steam vents, 4% on a stomping ground, so that's 10. And then our triomes, really good odds. Really good odds. We also kind of have Bond of Flourishing and Growth Spiral as well, to a certain extent, as outs. Just going to use my life total as a resource to have 2 extra druids in play, because if they had something like a Conclave Tribunal, then I'd be really sad. Alright, so let's adapt. I'm not going to use my spinnerets here. Alright, so Bond of Flourishing. Show me the money. Yeah, you get some 1/2s. There's a Triome. Play the Triome. I think we'll go for the win next turn when we've got more mana, rather than give my opponent an extra spider. How's the Marshal for our opponent? Okay. Not dead yet. Let's see how they swing. Just for 5. Totally fine with that again. Pass. Pass, you son of a bee. Yeah. Alright. We might have the win now. If we draw something to cast off of this sudden spinnerets, yeah, I think we've got the win now. Alright, so we play Song of Creation. And we start tapping and untapping our boys. Alright, so Stony Strength, untap Incubation Druid, draw 2 cards. I mean, if we whiff, we really whiff, because our opponent will have the win here. There's Fabora Elder, that's the better target for untap spells, but we don't have that just yet. Let's just do Sudden Spinnerets again. Give our opponent some stuff. Gotta really wish I didn't have to deal with them triggers. That's worrying. Okay. White mana, let's do Fabora Elder. Looking for that untap spell. We can keep going. It's not the end of the world. Right, well, we've got Sudden Spinnerets, which allows us to maintain our position. I might actually go with Fabora Elder. Blue, all green, please. Let's do Growth Spiral. Yep. Okay, then draw and put Steam Vents into play untapped. If we pass the turn, we lose anyway, so I'm not really going to play around having not enough mana here. Let's do Stony Strength on Incubation Druid. Draw. Spiders. There's Thassa's Oracle. Half our deck still to go, though. Green mana again. Let's do Growth Spiral. Another Song of Creation. That's very interesting. Let's put into play an island. Off-color lands primarily here are going to be the important thing. Let's keep going with the Incubation Druids. It's not the ideal way to combo off at the moment, not having Fabora Elder ready to go, but it's working, so can't be too upset with that. Let's go with Bond of Flourishing, looking for Corridor Monitor. Come on, Corridor Monitor. We do also have some Triumph Cycles as well, for the record. We got Underworld Breach. That should mean we win. So we go Stomping Ground, untapped, Breach, draw 2. Now we've got access to all the untaps in our graveyard. So we shouldn't need a Fabora Elder here because we'll have plenty enough, although we have Fabora Elder right there. Alright, I need to untap with Stony Strength to produce some mana. Let's go Growth Spiral, Bond of Flourishing, 24 cards. So we're going to untap. Yep. I'm going to go red mana so we can do this on Fabora Elder. Give it haste. Elder produces 4 mana and its varied colors, so it's actually more useful. And since we've got the excess mana here, we don't really mind. 20 cards. Let's just do Sudden Spinnerets on Fabora Elder. That one, that one, that one. Yeah, give them all the spiders. Yep, tap, untap. It's hard to tell what's my hand now. Let's just keep doing Sudden Spinnerets. 18 cards. Song Stomping Ground, sure. So that was my hand. Alright, let's do some Triumph Cycling. Not that I really need to. There's Corridor Monitor. Draw a card. I'll draw 2 cards, sorry. Claim the Firstborn is another untap. Boop my Elder. Another untap. Got 13 cards left. About to be 11. Devotion of 4. So we need to keep going with that. Tap, untap. We'll do Incubation Druid. Got all the mana in the world now, so it really doesn't matter what we're casting, I think. Let's do a Bond. I saw a Bond in here somewhere. Yep, there it is. Bond of Flourishing. So I'm not playing my other song, which actually combos quicker, mostly because it allows me to just get that little bit closer towards the edge. There's Thassa's Oracle. So like we're at 6 now. So now I can do anything. Let's just do Corridor Monitor. Go down to 4 cards. Oracle makes it down to 2. And then the Devotion is more than enough to win. 4 cards. 5 Devotion. We got him, chat. We got him. We can even Thassa's Oracle from the graveyard, should it really matter, if they kill it, for example. And I've also got this other one in my hand here as well, so... Ladies and gents, we did it. Alright, so yeah, that's the combo. We apparently cast 13 spells that turn to get towards the bottom of our deck. It's kind of interesting having a Rasta there letting you know how much she stormed off, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this deck. It's a little bit flimsy, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. As far as like untap combos like this go, like the Marwyn Storm and the Fabro combo with the Gauntlets of Light, this one actually feels the most consistent, the most actually close to competitive. I'm never going to use the word competitive to describe this deck, however, though, because it can be so easily disrupted. But yeah, this is quite the list, So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below what you think of the deck. Other than that, though, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.